kept saying that. And he was like, do you think Eva Marcel or Miss Angela Bassett or Viola Davis or, or Christina Aguilera, he was like, do you think, or even Cab Calloway or one of my favorite artists, George Michael, he was like, do you think any of those individuals ever had a moment where they went on stage or they prepared for a runway show or whatever the case may be where they weren't nervous? And he was like, it's okay to be nervous. He was like, but the world needs eyes on who Dage is.
Stuff like, yeah, so you setting yourself up for some real success. So the skills and stuff that you're picking up from school, how is that translating over to the modeling?
So I'm going to be real honest. They're both. So I'm learning things from both perspectives, like as Dage the model and as Deja the student.
But see, that's where you fall back on your leverage.
Yes.
So instead of thinking feelings or thinking popularity, think leverage. How can you get more leverage than a person who you may perceive to be in your way from advancing?
Yeah.
And once you start moving in leverage, all of the things that may qualify or disqualify you, it disappears. It once you start thinking leverage in business,
Yeah.
it allows you to think like how you think about God. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
how you free up everything and allow things to just play out because you know you got your back, because you know God got your back.
Yeah.
It's the same way when you think about leverage. So where we interview real people telling real truths and stories. The overall objective here is to break the negative narratives that plague our communities and minds. The biggest one we aiming to attack is that there are no more good men and women out here. Stand up men and women. The men and women we actually need in positions to help change our community for the better. Welcome back to another episode of No Flex Podcast. Yes, thank you, Dasia, for sitting down with us.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Hey, everybody, it's your girl Dage. I'm just excited to be here.
As you probably watched with Jamal send me to start.
Yes.
We do a 10-second elevator pitch for our intro.
Okay.
And well, so the elevator pitch is to sharpen you up as a business person or as you're stepping into business, how to really like I said, get to a bag without having to do that much talking. If you know the things that you're working on and how people can support and how they can help you grow, even on the most important, the financial side, then you need to be able to pitch that to the investors or people that you think really can in a 10-second elevator pitch for them so you can get the business clear without having to go through the red ropes. Think about if you get invited into an event, but you've been looking at this producer for this fashion show over here for a while, and you've been reaching out, you've been trying to connect with them, but ironically, they at this event you was able to get into. Well, you probably won't have a whole 10 minutes to sit down and really talk to them and things like that. But if you can catch them on the elevator, or if you can catch them in passing and hit them with something that they won't forget, then next time they see you on, say, Instagram or anything like that, they'll be more interested in sitting down with you. And that's why I do or challenge the 10-second elevator pitches to, sharpen my guests up if they slacking.
Man, okay. I gotta go right now?
Yeah, I'll break it down for you. So
Okay,
it consists of 3 parts.
Okay.
An intro, who you are.
Okay.
The second part is what you do. And the third part is a call to action of how that person can connect with you so you guys can continue to do business.
Okay. All right, I'm ready. All right. Hi, good evening. My name is Dasia Harris. My stage name is Dage. I am a model around St. Louis, and you can find me available on all social media platforms such as YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and YPad, and I hope to connect with you really soon.
Look, there you go. Look, okay.
I'm over shaking. I'm like,
no, I like that. You really, I can tell you learn fast because you hit those 3 points real fast and smooth.
I wanted to make it short, sweet, and to the point because when you make pitches really long, because keep in mind I also watch podcast videos before in little interviews before I was on this podcast because I wanted to take notes. I wanted to be prepared. And so you want to make sure you make things short, sweet, and to the point. Like you don't want to go into a whole full story and the person's like, "What did you say?" You know, and they're like, "Oh, okay. What was your name again?" You know that.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. And yours was maybe a little bit too short and sweet.
Okay.
So I would buff up the middle. You said Deja Hughes, Hugh
Harris.
Harris. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
No, you're
Where
good.
Deja Harris.
Yes.
Then going into what you do. Say if you know that person is a producer, you
Mhm.
can say something along the lines of like, I'm a model who's getting into coaching and producing shows myself. I've been interested in doing that.
Mm.
Then go into the call to action. You
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
like you really want to target that what you do into that person and what they do to really be like, oh, to you want like I forgot what show that was, but if maybe it was Tom and Jerry when the idea popped into somebody's head that another character,
And like look like the curse that was Tom and
exact,
Jerry because
yeah,
Tom would like picture how to chase Jerry
yeah,
and yeah that was Tom and Jerry.
like you want to be the person that popped that into their head, so they be like, oh, let them be like, oh, this is how I can take the lead. Yep, let's connect right here. You get what I'm saying?
Yes. Okay.
So yeah, but that was like boom. If like
Thank you.
straight corporate, you know this person do this, and you need to get that out. That was short, sweet, to the point, and boom. You know you can handle a business card and let the business card do the rest of the talking for you. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay,
Yeah.
thank you. I feel good now.
Look, boom, boom. We
I feel
sharpen it up. We sharpen it up. This
yes,
is the
yes,
year right here. This is the year I think our generation here in St. Louis really start making a really big like push
yes,
push to take over,
yes,
and I'm excited to be in the mix of it. I'm
yes.
excited to be in the mix of it.
Man, I'm truly grateful and blessed to be a part of the St. Louis scene because we
Hmm.
really up right now. We have musicians, we have artists such as muralists, painters, we have instrumentalists, we have models. I don't know if I already said models. We have poets. We have like a whole. We have chefs out here. Like everybody's just doing their own thing, and I love it. Like I really, truly love that. I really do.
Hmm. And
Like
all
I
that
say,
hating energy is fading away. Like
man,
I'm starting to feel all that push up out of here. Doors opening.
yes, yes. I will definitely say that I'm happy to see that truly the mean girl slash mean guy, like the hating energy, is getting shifted out. Because I'm going to be very honest with you, starting into the modeling field, I've encountered a few bad apples,
Mm.
and there was, I even mentioned in my Voyage STL interview, there was a time where I've actually encountered an individual, and I, that encounter made me not really want to go anywhere. It made me not want to network because it was just like the individual. I'm the kind of person where I always speak. Like even if we don't have a good encounter, like even if we don't really mesh well, I'm still gonna be professional and speak because I'm not gonna block my blessing just walking past someone and not saying hello and ruining my brand and what I have going for myself just to try to do a tit for tat. So it was a time when I was coming up and there was an individual, I spoke to the person and I'd be like, hey, so and so. And she would, she would stop in front of me. So I'm thinking, okay, she would respond. And she would look me up and down like that and keep walking past me. And so it wasn't until the first time she did it, I let it slide because, like, okay, it is her show, she's a performer, let it slide. However, several occasions I encountered this individual and it kept going. There was a time I had to think to myself, okay, this is occurring constantly. Do you want to do a tit for tat and tell this person off and have a chance at ruining everything you worked so hard for just to try to go off on that person and feel good at that moment? Or do you want to be the bigger person and still say hello to this person and, choose to be a better you? And if they decide to speak or don't speak, that's on them.
Mm.
That's on who they are. You know what I'm saying? I can't control how others react, but I can control how Deja acts. And so it wasn't until we got around a lot of local individuals and, it was like, hey, Deja, how you doing? I was like, hey, everybody, how y'all doing? She was like, "Oh, hey, beautiful, hey, love," and engulfed me in a hug. And so I had to learn to control my face reactions. I really did, because I'm the type of person my face reactions tell on themselves.
I already think I know you talking about too.
And so it was like, when she pulled me into a hug, instead of me being like, "Ugh, get off me," I was like, hey, how you doing? You know, because it's just like I didn't always have an opportunity to always be, amongst great individuals. So I didn't always have that opportunity. I used to be homeless.
Mm.
And so now that I am up now, I'm incredibly grateful and I owe everything to God. So now that I have opportunities to showcase my talent and showcase who I am, that's why when you see me post, I post like all stuff because I'm grateful. I'm excited. I'm bubbly. Like I want to tell everybody like, hey, like this is, and I want people to come on my page and know that, yeah, I'm a model, but I'm also a regular person. Like I like to think of it as nobody is above me but God and nobody is beneath me. We all, no matter what cards we're dealt with, we are all on the same level. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so when she did that, it was just like, I said hello back, and I left it at that.
I mean, and that's the perfect way to handle that, especially if you want to keep it professional.
Mm.
And we gonna run into that a lot. Like,
Yeah.
I just ran into it out there. You feel me? And you didn't even see
I didn't. Oh my gosh, I didn't
it.
notice it.
Yeah, like
No.
that's the art of doing business. You got to be water on the duck's back. Like, at the end of the day, when things like money is involved, or a business or somebody's reputation is involved, I realize as a business reputation myself, I can't be mad if they're taking negative actions against me to keep
That's
their stuff
true.
afloat. That's
Yeah.
the art of capitalism. That's a part of the game. Now, if I have a personal relationship with you and then you sour up on me as we're doing business, that's different, But if I know we came into this as business associates and we as close as our word, you feel me? Like, yeah, if you gotta be fake in this moment, do it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because I'm using
Yeah.
you to grow. I'm not using you to cater to my feelings.
Mhm.
And I think that's
Absolutely.
something a lot of artists really have a hard time, battling. Like,
Mhm.
in the same breath, while you doing the thing you love to do, your art, you are still in a capitalistic environment. So those things gonna always conflict.
That's true.
And like you see it all the time, artists that trick themselves out of positions. Like
Yeah.
they get in the middle of a professional environment where they're supposed to be doing their craft and then
Mhm.
getting up out the way. They want to take over and to start making it about them. Oh, well, y'all not treating me like this, or it's supposed to be like this, and that. Like, ain't nobody gonna work with you no more. When the best thing to do is be silent. The more you be silent and then just let things play out, the more you gonna see like, oh, that was just business. You feel me?
Yeah.
But yeah, you definitely handled that really well.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm gonna be real. It's easier said than done.
It
It's
is.
very
It is.
much easier said than done. And like I said, when I analyzed it, I thought of myself as, look, I'm hungry. I want to eat. The beast is, I got this drive in me. I want to keep going. And so, in order to keep going, I'm that type of person. And I'm gonna be honest, I still see this individual to this day. Like
I wanted to show you
I
this.
run into
Is
it's
this?
a
Is that it?
no,
Okay.
no, no,
I've a lot of people be telling me things like
no.
that. I
I
thought
have met that individual, but no, that's actually that's funny you said
it.
that. But I still, run into this individual a lot, and her and I have mutuals,
Mm.
because it's like, respectfully, she's a musician, I'm a model, so we have
You can
mutuals.
make me start guessing in a
Yeah.
second.
Oh my
I ain't
God,
gonna
no,
lie.
no, no,
You
no.
gonna make
I'm
me
not name
start
dropping
guessing.
nobody.
You gonna make me start guessing.
No,
I'd already guessed once.
no. Oh no, we're not doing that. No.
I'll go through that
Um, let me
Instagram.
hurry up and so we can be done. But no, I just want to end this topic by saying this, that individual and I, we do have mutuals, and they repost her stuff, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm proud of her, I
Mm.
really am, and it didn't, I didn't always be like this, I didn't, because it was like the first interaction, I was mad, because it was kind of a, did she just,
Mm.
she did, it was kind of one of those. But as I got over time, it was like you have to realize that that's life. You know what I'm saying? And what God has for you, regardless of who is hating on you, who is, speaking negatively, what God has for you, can't no one take that from you.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, yeah, that's how I first reacted when I first seen this individual. However, as I've seen her over time, and like I said, she's doing her thing respectfully, and if you're watching this, respect to you, what I'm saying, I'm very proud of you. Keep doing your thing, and I wish you the best.
Because I go through that Instagram.
And so, it's just, yeah. Yes.
I want to know.
No, I'm not
I
name
want to
dropping.
know.
No, I'm not name dropping.
Okay, well, okay. Your business, man.
Yes.
Your business is Das. No, Pretty Girl Das. Is that LLC?
So it's actually pretty girl underscore dot Days.
Okay.
So my name is Dasia.
Okay.
My branding always used to be Pretty Girl Days. It used to be Days Mode, and I think I actually might stick with Days Mode because it was, and that came that came from me being in middle school, and whenever I would hang out with my friends, I would, get very excited and I would go into this mode that I call days mode. And so I'd be like, days mode. And on Wattpad, so on Wattpad, I'm known as days mode, and YouTube and TikTok, I'm known as days mode. Instagram, I used to actually be known as days mode. So because I feel like even though my name is Pretty Girl Days, I feel like I already know respectfully that I'm pretty. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to have that in my brand name. It's Pretty Girl Days. Because you see, and this is no disrespect to any individuals that have pretty girls. You see a lot of individuals with it. However, Days Mode is very unique. So my brand is actually Days Mode.
Okay. Okay. So when do you plan on LLC in that? So especially since you said it on the podcast.
Well, I work out. Well, we are in, when I say we, I mean me, myself and God. We are in the process of making that LLC. We already have a surprise, is all I'm gonna say. Um, definitely have a surprise that is dropping soon, so everyone stay tuned. And yeah.
Okay, great. If you need a resource on following that and helping get that set up, I got a perfect resource I've been using since like 2018.
Okay, cool.
You would get your articles of organization, the certificate to do business, the signed document by the Secretary of State, free website. You get a lot of good things for like $50 to $100
Yeah.
that you'll be able to use. And then the documents, your EIN number, you get that for free. You'll be able to come back and get those documents just like that and be able to pull them up in a heartbeat if you need them. So
Okay, cool.
yeah,
I'm gonna definitely keep in touch with you because I don't know if I've disclosed on the podcast, I actually am majoring in business administration.
that look, boom. So
Yes.
okay, bet. So let's give some background. I think that's a really good place to start.
Yes.
Background behind Dage Mode and how that, manifested into modeling and
Okay.
how it turned into you thinking or knowing that you can monetize and make money with it.
So okay.
I should have brought that water in.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm trying to figure out the best way to work this. So, whew, it all started when I was 7 years old. I was in the mirror. I would always sing Janet Jackson, Rhythm Nation. I love Miss Janet Jackson. I love her. And my great grandmother, we call her Granny. Rest in peace, Granny. She caught me dancing in the mirror one day, and she would always tell me, she was a pastor. She would always like speak scriptures into me that basically flow. What's the right word I'm looking for? Not flow, but ooh, I hate when I have the word on my mind. I just forget it. But it basically, I'm gonna say aligns. It basically aligns with me. And she would speak words of positive, like positivity in me, and she would uplift me. And so from there, really, I always wanted to do a birthday shoot, And so for years, even since I was little, I was like, I'm gonna do a birthday shoot. I'm gonna do a birthday shoot, and I would write in my little journal everything I wanted to happen and everything. And I had really bad fear. I had really bad, anxiety and fear. And I was like, oh, I don't know. Plus, I was bullied in high school, and so it was just like I didn't have that confidence that I have now.
Mm.
And so it wasn't until I met Aaron Johnson of Dopeness Visuals. Shout out to you, Aaron. And he did my first ever photo shoot, which happened to be for my 22nd birthday. And I wanted the thing to be Renaissance, like the Harlem Renaissance, because I love Cab Calloway. I love him. He's one of my favorites.
Mm.
And Miss Esther Jones, she actually was the inspiration behind Betty Boop. And so I wanted to make something of that. And once we did that photo shoot, it blew up on social media. Literally, like it blew up. I didn't think it was gonna blow up. Like it blew up in a positive way. And from there, I got nominated for the St. Louis Arts and Entertainment Awards in 2024. And so when I first got nominated, I was like, for Model of the Year, I was like, oh, okay, all right. I like it didn't hit home. I was like, okay. However, when I made it to the final five, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm nervous. Like what is happening right now? And there was a St. Louis artist. His name is Silk Seville, and it was like I was so nervous one day, and literally every day Seville called and was like, Miss Model of the Year. I'm proud of you. Keep doing your thing. And I was like, oh, I can do it. Like, I'm so nervous. I don't think, I just kept saying that. And he was like, do you think Eva Marcel or Miss Angela Bassett or Viola Davis or Christina Aguilera, he was like, do you think, or even Cab Calloway or one of my favorite artists, George Michael, he was like, do you think any of those individuals ever had a moment where they went on stage or they prepared for a runway show or whatever the case may be where they weren't nervous? And when he asked that question, I was like, no, like, and he was like, it's okay to be nervous. He was like, but the world needs eyes on who Days is. The world needs to see who Days is. So literally every day he texted, called, uplifted me. There were other individuals as well. Shout out to Brittany Beauty. Love you, Britt. She still to this day, like I would FaceTime her and say, hey Britt, can you tell me how I did my walk? I would practice my walks because like I said, I want people when they go on my social media to see that I'm a regular human. Like I'm
I
not
just
perfect.
had her on the podcast. I did an
Really?
episode with her this week.
I love Britt. She's amazing. She's awesome. She's a very very inspiring person.
She is.
Awesome.
She's an amazing person.
So yeah, I'm gonna
really
speed it up because I feel like I'm making it a little long. But I unfortunately didn't win. However, that didn't stop me. It really didn't. I was honored to be on the final five, and I was up against Savvy the Creator was one of the individuals, and I've seen her do her thing. She's amazing, and it was an honor for me because it was like I was a rookie, I was the underdog, and from there, Nando STL reached out to me with a video with words of encouragement. I walked in the first ever Festival of Nations. I shot with Camera Roll Rave. Shout out to Raven. I've worked with T. Robertson of TSR Photography. I've been published 4 different times, and I've even just did a Voyage STL interview. So every single time that I felt like giving up, because there were times, like even when everything started taking off, before everything started taking off, I was homeless. So there was times where I would be like, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. And I had a friend of mine, James Leon. Shout out to you, James. And he would send me sermons and he would be like, Dave, like you got this, And so I would pray and I would listen to Jesus Can Work It Out. It's my favorite gospel song of all time. And it would just help me get out of that case of fear. And I learned that I can no longer speak negativity into my life. I have to start speaking positive because instead of saying I can't do something, I can.
You just got to figure it out.
Yeah, I can't let that fear hold me back. So that is where Dej Mode was, born.
That's deep. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's amazing. How like it's like a vacuum of networks are in St. Louis, and you put yourself in the right position to get sucked into the right vacuum, like because I kind of seen it. I remember when I was vending and you was just supporting people, popping up to all type of events, cashing out on niggas. I remember you say I bring like $80 to $100 to each event just so I can make sure I have enough to go around and shop for everybody. He was
Oh,
like, "Hello,
seriously.
I gotta come back because I gotta make sure I spend some of this with everybody." I was like, "That's some real nigga shit." And then to see you just are like, okay, I can see myself putting myself out there and really taking it serious. And like you did, like soon as you stepped out, you didn't fall into nothing small. You wasn't doing no
Yeah.
weak run like trying to like fake runways on androids with the pixelated video. Like you actually like, okay, I could do this professionally. And to see what you was able to do within a year, like you can create a blueprint for a lot of other young girls just like you
Yeah.
who trying to come up behind you. You feel me? Because at
Yeah.
some point, if you already don't have the ears or if you don't know it, you're gonna be in a room full of younger girls that look up to you, and you're gonna have to tell them something.
Yeah.
And this is the blueprint that you really, pull out. Like, look, I started off here. I did this, this, and that. This is how I was able to get these moves done, and then boom, boom, boom. This is what you should do. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's basically what I want to get into here on the podcast. So, as you stepped out there, was it a business mindset behind what you were doing, or was it really just putting yourself out there to face fears?
So, and I'm gonna keep it very real with you. When I first stepped out of there, it was like it's kind of like a Finding Nemo moment. You go out
Mm,
and back in, and then you go out and back in. So it was like I
that's how I
wanted to
did.
not only face my fear at all, like I didn't. I not only wanted to step out to face that fear, but I always tell myself this: my only competition is that old version of myself. And if
Mm,
7-year-old Dage could look and see what Dage now is doing, she would be so proud. Like if I could go back and visit the 7-year-old me, I would pull me in a hug and tell
mm.
her, keep going, you know. And so it was more so a mixture of both. It was stepping out of fear and also having the business mindset, which also encouraged me to major in business administration because
So, did you major in that before you really started modeling, or after?
it was after.
See, look, that's a
Because
sharp mind.
it was just like after like being through, because oh my gosh, I'm trying to figure out how to word this because I'm so
Think about it
excited.
in the timeline manner.
So in a timeline matter, and my mom did tell me I could mention this. My mom had a stroke, and so that got us into debt. And
Mm,
so my little brother and I, well, I have two little brothers, but both of them would, we all work overtime. So me being the oldest, I would always be strong, and we would all work overtime to try to pay off the bills. And there was a St. Louis artist, and he came through and he helped my family and I out. And if he's watching, I just want to tell you thank you so much. I know I told you personally, but again, thank you. And he he helped my family and out with the bills.
mm.
He was like, I don't want you and your family to be on the streets.
Real nigga
And
shit.
dad dad made me cry
Mm,
because it was just like I was like, I'll pay you back. Like I promise I'll pay you. He was like, no, like as a man, I don't want to see you and your family on the streets. So with that happening and me being homeless, I got moved to Maryland Heights with my uncle and his family. I moved out within 2 months by working and stacking my money. Got my own place. Did my first photo shoot. I told myself before I even got to modeling, I wanted to go to therapy and heal
mm.
because the modeling field can be very overwhelming and messy. And I didn't want to come into the modeling field with that mindset I had
Mm.
of being traumatized, and I wanted to be healed. I'm still healing. Healing is not a journey that stops. And so after I went to therapy, I told myself I want to go to school too. So not only do I model, I work full time. I go to school. I travel everywhere via bus, and I also get on two buses. Okay, that's two buses. I'm sorry, three buses and a train to visit my mom to make sure she's okay, make sure she took her insulin, go to doctor's appointments with her,
Mm.
make sure my younger siblings are okay. So I do all of that, and yeah. So that's a timeline of everything, and I'm set to graduate next year in May. So I'm just thanking God.
Look, with your bachelor,
Not with my bachelor's, with my associates.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
we
Well,
gonna we
that's
gonna
all
go
you
for the
need.
bachelor's though. We
That's
going.
shit. That's all you need right there, and you
Yeah.
get it, shoot. Cause just those classes alone, like that's why I appreciated my journey getting back into school and the
Yes.
timing of it, because it was after I had got back into school. I had dropped out in 2018, got back into school in 2022, 2022. And that was when I had put the cleaning service I had opened down
Okay.
and started the brand. And so, because I was in business administration, in
Hey.
2018,
Wow.
but what made me stop was I had a conversation with one of my mentors, professors at the time, and Dr. T. He was like, if he's like, if you look across the street, because I was like, I'm a Harris Stowe. He was like, if you look across the street, those students' tuitions are paid for, their room and board are paid for, they not working extra jobs. They literally have 8 to 12 hours a day after class to focus on at least 1 or 2 classes. Like they have the space and energy to put the extra time in. Because they say after you have a class, you got to put double the amount of time you spend in that class to really be able to sink in that lesson. They had the time to do it. And he was like, if you in your life don't have the time to do that or the space or energy to do it, you may need, or he's like, you need to put school down and come back, because you are not taking full advantage of the education here to where you can really benefit from it. And once he said that, I was like, dang, like it hit, like, because everybody was always like, stay in school, but
Yeah.
that was because they wanted to keep getting that money for your tuition. He was real enough to tell me, like, I see you working 2 jobs, you doing all of this. You need to put this down because you're just gonna kill your GPA.
Mm-hmm.
Go figure your life out and then come back. And so when I came back in 2022, first person I talked to, and then yeah, like I forgot where I was headed. I started thinking on all of that, but I brought that up to say connecting with you, um those are the journeys that make us, and
Yes.
like I said, those were what you pull from. In the business administration, that's what I want to tack on. The best way to really take advantage of that type of degree is to be conducting business while you're getting it.
Yes, that is
That's what I
so
was trying to
true.
say.
That is so true. That is so
That's
true.
what I was trying to get around to in a story. But
Yes, that's so
because
true.
that's what I was doing with my brand. So I came back in 2022 majoring in accounting because I
Okay.
wanted to know how to run, because I was getting money, but I'm like,
Yep.
I need to know how to run this behind the book stuff.
Yes.
And so implementing all of that stuff, like, yeah, so you setting yourself up for some real success. So mm, the skills and stuff that you're picking up from school, how is that translating over to the modeling?
So I'm gonna be real honest. They're both. So I'm learning things from both perspectives, like as Deja the model and as Deja the student.
Mm,
So, whew. The things that I'm learning from modeling is teaching me more how to be more confident within myself, to trust my judgment, because there was a time when I had to be like where I used to be. I used to say, "Oh, I have this idea. What you think?" I used to want other people's opinion instead of trusting my gut.
mm,
So by me being more confident as Deja the model, that's also helping Deja the student be more confident. Because in class, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I would sit in the back, have my snacks, take notes, bell ring, I'm going. You
mm.
know? And so it's like having that confidence from modeling is also encouraging me and inspiring me to go, like, to speak out to my classmates more. And
To network.
yeah, so it was like when I got nominated for the model of the year, I told my classmates and they were all like, "Girl, you model?" I was like, "Yeah." They was like, "Put it up there where we need to go vote." And so every single class I had, when I started opening my mouth and, like, getting to know people, every class I had, everybody was really like, "How'd you do? What's going on?" So when everybody found out I'm still modeling, they all networked and followed me and everything. And so with the business aspect on school, we're gonna get into that side now. And more so as Deja the student, it shows Deja the model to how to carry herself as her own brand, how to handle very professional and important situations. Because as we talked about earlier, it is very important that when you encounter bad apples, you know how to act in the situation. You don't want to give a reaction that could jeopardize you and could ruin your chance. You don't want to do that. And it's like honestly, you don't want to block your blessings either. So that's showing me
Mm.
how to move, how to operate, and this is gonna sound so crazy, but I love saying this. But the business side of Dage and the modeling side, what they both have in common is I love when people underestimate me. I love it.
Mm.
I love it so much because it's like I already have that drive. That's like, if you guys notice on my social media, I'm the first comment. Like I'll be like, "Go Dage, get him Dage, let's go superstar," because you have to be your own fan first or your own supporter first before anybody else can support. How you
That's deep.
treat you is how everybody else. Like I tell people all the time, because I also learned this from Deja, the business person. It's so crazy. I'm talking like it's two different people.
It is though.
But yeah, it is. It is. And so what I always told myself is, and someone, a very wise person told me this, they were like, don't get too caught up in the likes, the views, and how people react. All of that will come along the way. And so it was like stepping into the modeling field and having the business aspect. I had to think about why am I doing this,
Mm.
and I decided I'm doing this for me. Like I'm doing all this for me. So as long as I'm liking my stuff and I'm commenting and I'm reposting, I'm content. I'm grateful for everybody else who loves and supports and everything. I'm incredibly grateful for that. I really am. However, I don't want to get too swooped up into the social media thing. Like, oh my gosh, I only got like 20 likes.
And see, that's a question I
Yeah.
got for you. What are
Yes.
some things that Deja the model was doing that Deja the business person realized didn't translate really well? Like as a business owner, I can't
Hmm.
continue to keep doing this.
Oh, great question. I got a great answer for you. So Deja the model, coming up, she was still very shy and like very like very in her shell. And so it was like Deja the model, she's naturally genuine, she's naturally, just a very genuine and positive person. However, in rooms, she would always be like, she'll always be like, oh, hey, hey guys, how you doing? Like bubbly and everything, and she found herself wanting to dim her light at first so that others could shine.
Mm.
However, when Deja, the business student, stepped in, it was like, you don't want to surround yourself with individuals that cause you to dim your light so they can shine. You want to be somewhere where you can shine bright on your own. However, when you're surrounded by a group of people, you all shine brighter together.
Mm.
And so
That's deep.
when Dage the model first started off, it was like she felt like she wanted to be accepted.
Mm.
And it took Deja the businesswoman to step in and say, "Hey, we're not doing it. No. As long as we have God, we're okay. We're not doing it."
Check.
And so it was like there was a moment, where I hit rock bottom. And my four best friends, shout out to y'all, love y'all, Johnny, Deja, Carissa, Markia. I love you guys. Of 10 plus years, I was very much at rock bottom. And shout out to you too, Brick. Shout out to you too. Again, shout out to you. They all, like every single one of them, there was moments where I was struggling. They pulled up on me,
Mm.
brought me food, brought me this, brought me that. They pulled up on me, was like, "What's going on? Talk to us. What's wrong?" And that showed me those five individuals, as well as, like I said, James Leon, Silk Seville, Aaron Johnson, Miss T, China. Like, it's all these individuals showed me how there are still genuine people left in the world, and there are still, that's as long as you have those genuine people on your side and you have God as well, that's all that matters.
Mm.
Like it's basically showed Days the model that I don't care if I don't finish somebody's screw. I could be in the same room. One thing about me is I'm gonna eat at events, okay? So if y'all see me eating and drinking my Moscato, just let me be.
You talking about really eating.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat. So it's like, I could be in the room dancing. I love to dance too and just vibing. Now that Deja the model has met Deja the businesswoman, I'm okay with people not liking me. I'm
Mm.
okay with It's like, now look, I'm not gonna dim my light so you can like me. If you don't like me, that's a you problem. That's unfortunate for you. I still wish you the best on your journey. You know what I'm saying? But Ain't nothing, there's nothing I can do.
Mm.
I love me. I love me some me. I really do. And like I said, one thing about me is I'm gonna eat. So
So you keep throwing me off with that. I'ma eat.
I'm for real.
So when it comes to like making money off of modeling,
Yes.
what are some things you've been contemplating on?
So when it comes to making money off of modeling, the things that I contemplate on is when it comes to that, I want to make sure that when someone offers to pay me like for an appearance or whatever the case may be, or to appear in a runway show, I want to first research the business, research what the business stands for, research everything they've done. Is it with genuine, intentions? I want to research that. Then I look at the aspect of, will it benefit Dasia? Because it's going to benefit the business regardless, but will it benefit Dasia? Is it aligned with Deja?
Mm.
And it's like, if it's something that's not aligned with Deja, I'll still ask the business, hey, is there any way I can still repost and just, show my support? And I'll tell them to keep going and wish them well. And, I'll keep it pushing. So I always like to do those things first.
Mm. Okay. What about there are some other ways you thinking? Like
Um, Other ways I'm thinking is, ooh, so I also like to think of the objective. So when I say that is, let's say for example, someone wants staged a model to make an appearance at an event and to speak, and it's like, what's the event about? What is it supporting? Who's going to be in the audience?
I'm talking about like how do you incorporate yourself to
Oh,
to make money off of it?
how do I
Like
incorporate?
outside of the appearance, what are some other ways you thinking like, okay, I can make money doing this, I can make money doing that? Or are you more so just focused on building your network?
Um, hmm. Well, I do write books. I do.
You have any published?
Yes. So,
Where the books at?
um,
Where the books at?
so there is an app called Wattpad, and my friends are gonna laugh watching this. There's an app called Wattpad, and I write a lot of my books on there, and I
Mm,
publish them a lot. And they have now, one of them has over 3.4K views.
mm.
And Wattpad is an app where you can read a lot of individuals around the world's books. You can comment, you can share, you can repost, you can network with other writers around the world.
How do you connect that with modeling?
So I connected with modeling. As the muse, I use my modeling pictures. Yes,
That's dope.
I use my photos, any photos that I've received from the photo shoots, I use those for the muse. And so there's a
Mm.
lot that'll be like, oh my gosh, she's very beautiful, she's very pretty. And it makes me smile because it's like, thank you. That's me. And so that's how I incorporate that with modeling.
Mm.
And also with writing, I love to write, and I incorporate writing with modeling, where there may be moments, if you guys look at my captions, I love to critique my writing and make sure my writing is very professional, but it's also me.
Mm.
So writing helps me with being very professional and helping me with captions.
Okay. You ever thought about like affiliate marketing contracts or brand ambassador contracts? Because if you're making an appearance somewhere outside of getting paid for the appearance, you should really be thinking like, how can you turn modeling into a consistent income?
Yes. So I've definitely thought of being a brand ambassador. Only thing is, when it comes to being a brand ambassador, some of them do have certain qualifications where it's like you have to have, I believe I seen one of them where it
But
was
see
like,
that you already starting to look at the negative. I could tell
yeah,
you already
yeah, it's
starting to
like
look
you
at
have
the
to
negative.
have certain followers.
Some qualifications. You think leverage.
Mm,
So the people you make shoot for is not the people you should start with.
okay.
You should start with the people that's where you at or people that you can bring up. So like
Mm,
if you know somebody in your circle that's starting a clothing brand and that's serious about starting a clothing brand and you see that they can actually produce a good quantity of clothes, then that's when you say, look, I have leverage on my social media pages. I
yeah.
can model some of your products in an affiliate marketing contract. So everybody who uses this discount code Deja 2025 for whatever on your website, I get $5 or $10 for every person that uses that
Mm,
discount code. So then you're like, okay, well
that's a good
now
way to think
let
of
me
it.
start becoming an influencer so I can push my clients' brands, which help you monetize your page. So like another way you can make money is monetizing your Instagram, monetizing your TikTok. Like how I just showed you about my YouTube.
Yeah.
That's a check every 30 days after I hit those metrics.
Whoa, that's amazing. And you know
That
what?
that
I didn't
turns to
even think
passive
of it
income.
like that. I didn't think of it. Thank you for introducing me to that because I really didn't even think about that.
Yeah, like these social media platforms for a while now, since like 2010, maybe 2000, they've been paying people who can build an audience on their platform and keep their attention the longest. They will pay you for that.
Mm,
So those views you get on your stories, like I was helping one of my other clients for my accounting side. She was like, I've been able to monetize my Instagram for a year now. I just never did. And I was like, what? What? And I
yeah,
just showed her like, look, if you know how you make a reel,
yeah,
um on the reels you can add music and get
yeah.
paid for those I can't even think of the terminology they use, but the music that's able to get monetized and get paid for, you can add that to some of your reels and stuff and get paid for
Mm,
everybody that listen to or view that reel with that song on it. You get paid cents on the dollars for it, but after millions of people, thousands of people, those cents start to add up into consistent checks you can get over long. So think if you become like a food critic,
yes.
a model slash food critic. So now you pulling up to all of these restaurants, but boom, I just did a review for your restaurants. Let me lock you into a brand ambassador contract. So I come back here once a month. You just give me $500 a month. You give me $1,000 a month, and I come back here and build content for you guys to promote and for me to promote on my page.
That's some good game that you're telling me. Like I'm taking it all in, and I'm just like I'm just envisioning it as you speak. Just like
That's what I help influencers do. Like that's the resource I wanted to become for the models around me. Like if you don't know how to do it, I've been doing brand affiliate marketing for my brand for a while. So like if you seen anybody who posted on social media for my stuff with my stuff on, they was in an affiliate marketing agreement with me to get paid. So like
mm,
Leisha, Jamal, trying to think of some of the other artists. I can't even think of them right now, but they was getting paid for wearing that stuff and people buying off the site. So I
oh.
can send you some of those contracts.
Okay, okay. Because I remember I still have that hoodie I bought from you, and to this day, those words are very encouraging. I still
Mm.
have those. I still have that hoodie. I still have those pair of socks too. I bought. I do. I do. Because I love to support. You know, I really love to support any and everyone. And even if I don't have the funds, if I could repost a flyer or
Mm.
whatever the case may be, I'll support. You know,
But see,
and
you got to get outside of it because outside of you supporting who's supporting you. You get
that's
what I'm saying? So
yeah.
like, of course you can repost a flyer, but think about it like this: if you work your butt off to get 10,000 followers on the Instagram page,
Mm,
anybody that you support, you can at least get $50 from.
that's true.
Because if you build your page organically and it's real people that fucks with you, if you go on there and tell 10,000 people to pull up to such and such spot at such and such time, out of those 10,000, how many people do you think will pull up? You know, you ain't got to give me an answer
Oh,
now,
I was
but I'm
gonna say.
saying like as you grow and build your page, that's the type of leverage you want. Because then if you know, okay, out of 10,000 people, I know for a fact I can get 200 people to pull up to whatever I tell them to pull up to if I have a week or two notice. Well, if you could get 200 people through a door, just do simple math. 200 times just $10, that's $2,000 right there just in ticket sales. That's $2,000 in ticket sales.
It's
You can
true.
almost guarantee anybody that you supporting. And you
It's
didn't
true.
work your butt off to build that Instagram page up to be able to do something like that. Out of that $2,000 just in ticket sales at $10 a ticket, how much of that should you be getting?
Oh, okay.
So now your
You dropped it
support, you
there.
can start charging for it, and it's not hurting your morals
Yeah.
because you still supporting, but now it's a different type of support. It's a support that come with a
Mm.
check on both ends
Yep.
because you didn't monetize your page. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So stop thinking doing stuff for free. Thinking you have leverage. You are beautiful. You are working hard to become a model, an influencer.
Yeah.
Structure everything around you to be an influencer, to be able to push people places. The more you can push people places, the more you can charge places to go. Think
That's
about it.
true.
10,000 followers on one Instagram page. You can go to a lot of these mom and pop shops in the city. Look, pay me just $100 a month starting off for these next 3 months, and I guarantee you, I can get at least $5 to $1,000 in profit coming through here just from me posting, me eating some of y'all food. You done locked in some free food for the month.
That's true.
You done locked in a place to chill, so you can not have
Mhm.
to just be in the crib, and you make money for chilling there. Cause now you could just y'all come chill with me here at this spot. They
Yeah.
giving 25% off for the next 30 minutes. Boom, boom, boom. You feel me? You so yeah.
That's real. That's deep. I'm just like I said, I'm processing everything as you're saying. I'm just like envisioning, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. Like,
That's what I'm like, man.
no, I appreciate it though,
Man.
for real. Because thank you, for real. Because I didn't, there's some things I know and some things that I'm still learning. So I really appreciate that, for real.
Yeah, yeah. And not only me telling you that, like I said, I can show you how to do that. You feel me? Like I'm set it so I do social media marketing as well. So that's my company. Like my main outside of the podcast and the marketing for small businesses is what I'm really focused on. So I have a few clients, and what I'm doing now is I'm getting these clients in agreements and contracts,
Hmm.
and so connecting these clients with influencers. I'm gonna be able to start getting influencers like you and affiliate marketing agreements with these clients
Okay.
because they're going to need social media marketing. If I specialize in social media marketing, I should be connecting y'all two together. So
Yeah.
boom, you could become an affiliate with them, or you could become an affiliate through my company. But
Hmm.
either way, one of us is paying you to now do the things that you've been doing.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm setting up. So I got a few more from now until February. I'm locking in the rest of these contracts, but then in February, I'm really starting to take off with setting all that up. So I'm gonna keep you in the loop on that.
Yes. Please do. Please do. Please keep me on the loop. Please keep me posted. Yes. Because
Hmm.
I would love to know more, and yes, please let me know.
Let me go check these real quick.
Okay,
They
you're
should
okay.
be good, but I think I forgot to delete something. But yeah, other than that, okay, those are still good. You almost at an hour.
Okay.
Um, let me sit back down. Boom. Do you have any questions for me?
Hmm. Trying to think. Long and hard. Um. Yes. Do you have any advice for anyone who is trying to, any newcomers who are trying to grow their social media feed? Like, as far as when I say grow their social media feed, like if they're already putting themselves out there, how can they be more? Like, how can their videos be seen by more? If that makes sense.
It's a few ways. First, you really want to have structure.
Ooh, okay.
Like you it's only a few types of entertainments online that go viral.
Mhm.
You have food,
Okay.
you have cars,
Yep.
you have like entertainment, singing and dancing, but you also have information, podcasts and stuff like that. You really want to figure out where out of those 4 or 5 you fall in at,
Mhm.
and where you really want to chill and vibe, and then structure your content there. So like I really want to be an informative type of channel
Mhm.
because informative you don't have to really sell out and do things outside of your character. Like if you go, in my opinion, if you go entertainment, that's when you got to put on a dress. That's when, as a black man, that's when you got to start, doing all this weird shit to maintain it. But if you go informative financial services, you in the background just making sure the systems and structures go smooth.
Yeah.
But say if you go informative, it's a lot of ways you can go if you turn your stuff into an informative channel. Like how I
Okay.
just said, inform people about the best spots to eat in St. Louis.
Mhm.
People are coming to you for a reason now rather than your looks because the look part of social media is oversaturated. And then it got so oversaturated to literally women are butt naked
Yeah.
on Instagram page is made for kids.
Yeah.
Like you open up your news feed and you seeing a girl with her legs open, pulling her thong up, and like these are accessible
Yeah.
to little kids. You feel me? So that's
Yeah.
how oversaturated just being beautiful on Instagram is. But if you're
Yeah.
beautiful and you can tell people, oh, come over here if you want to know the next grant for Black women in St. Louis, or come over here if you want to know the best networking event to come to if you a model and you want to do this, or come over here if you want to know the best clubs to hang out with if you want to bump into these type of people. Now people are like, she's beautiful and she's actually talking about something. That'll that'll pop. That'll pop. And then
Mhm.
once you figure out what out of those five, even if it's just want to educate women on how to walk and how to model better,
Yes.
start producing content specifically for that, and then start thinking, okay, how can I make better quality content that I'm already making or that's out there now, and how can I mass produce that? So if you can make really good solid content and then flood social media with it, it's like hacking the algorithm. There's no way people can't see you. Like even on my stuff,
Yeah.
you see all my Instagram feeds. I got at least three posts just now. Three posts going out a day on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and I'm finna do LinkedIn, but I'm setting that up differently.
Yeah.
There's no way you can not see my stuff if you follow any of my pages. You feel me?
Yeah.
So yeah, because I'm flooding it. I'm flooding it with 4K quality, and now I got the audio back perfect. So now all of that, and then we actually talking about something.
Yes.
I'm flooding the market with it. Like I showed you, in a week I got 5K views, and that's from a year of not posting nothing on that YouTube channel. I went ghost for a whole year, and I my first post on that YouTube channel went on like January 13th, when I really was like, okay, this I'm serious,
Yeah.
and I didn't already generated that them type of numbers. I was like, okay, I'm owning something here. So I'm just flooding with good quality content, and then it's just gonna explode.
Okay. Okay. Trying to think of some more questions I have. Um.
What are some insecurities that hold you back from focusing on the money side of your business?
Oh, that was deep. I'm not even going. That took me off guard. That okay.
Do you think you're not worth charging at 200, 500, 1,000 for an appearance, or for
Um. Okay. Ask that question one more time.
what are some insecurities that may hold you back from really taking the financial side of your business serious?
And I'm gonna just be real. The fact that there are models out there that are already more known than
Wow.
I am. And I say that. I listen. I say that because I've had some experiences where there were individuals, they have their favorites, you know. And this is not to throw shade to anyone either, by the way. Um, there's individuals that have their favorites, and so that in a way kind of discourages me a little bit, because it's like I do modeling not only because I love it, but because I have fun with it. Like at work, it's a job too, and at work you want to do something you love, but it's also like if I can't have a little bit of fun, what am I doing?
Mm.
Why am I putting my time and investing in it? So I love modeling, I really do, and I have fun doing it. And I would say that's the biggest insecurity is a lot of these models out here are more known than
But see, that's where you fall back on your leverage.
I am. Yes.
So instead of thinking feelings or thinking popularity, think leverage. How can you get more leverage than a person who you may perceive to be in your way from advancing?
Yeah.
And once you start moving in leverage, all of the things that may qualify or disqualify you, it disappears. It once you start thinking leverage in business,
Yeah.
it allows you to think like how you think about God. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
how you free up everything and allow things to just play out because you know you got your back, because you know God got your back.
Yeah.
It's the same way when you think about leverage. So when you allowing them to oversaturate and age out, you can only beauty only lasts so long.
That's true.
Personal beauty that you can monetize and make money off of only lasts so long. It's like being a sports player. You only have so many years in the NFL.
Yeah.
If in different modeling markets, you only have so many years in the St. Louis market before people that already seen you. They were looking for something different. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you don't take advantage and really monetize within that time period, you out of there. So and that time frame is really like 2 to 5 years, depending on how you really structure it and how far you go into that like explicit modeling type of content. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But the way you coming into it, you have a like you now think of portfolio.
Yes.
With the portfolio you've been able to build in just in a year, if you package that correctly, you can really start charging now for a lot of the stuff coming into 2025. You just got to be able to package that and express that to people you think and know got the money for it.
Yeah.
So like fuck them shit.
Yeah. No, that's
Like they probably
real.
broke as a mud. They probably they
Well,
probably gotta go get 3 hours of sleep before they clock into that 12 hour shift.
I'm not gonna
You
say
feel
that.
me?
I'm not gonna say that because you never know somebody's story. You know.
No, I'm telling you, they not the because I've been around like
Yeah.
these agencies are taking complete advantage of these models. These photographers are taking complete advantage. If you have a photographer that's taking photos of you and they got them posted on any social media platform and you're not getting money for that, they're taking complete advantage of you. And a lot of these models are in those situations that like print for trade stuff or like photos for trade. I forgot what they called it, but like exchanging that stuff for trade, like in a year or so, they're gonna really feel it because now these photographers' page is gonna be monetized off of their pictures, off of their videos, off
Oh,
of
I
the
was
stuff
trying to
that
process
they
what you were. I was like, print for trade. What is print for trade? And then as you, okay.
like. They stuff gonna start getting so now you gonna be like, dang, I'm not getting that many looks because people tired of seeing my same type of pictures. But now they stuff is still growing and now they making money off of it. You're gonna be hurt, like, dang, you ain't gonna give me nothing and you still using my picture to promote on that flyer.
Yeah.
A lot of them models are in those type of positions. They talk, but I get the angle you trying to come from. I'm
Yeah.
not letting you.
You said
I'm not letting you do
I'm
it.
just well, I'm a humble person, so it's like I don't
Fuck all of that.
I choose my words carefully, and I think that's also important to choose your words carefully because it's like I don't know, I can't speak on how I'm going to be in the future, and I don't want to say anything that will kind of kick me in the butt in the future, So I hear what you're saying. I'm hearing you. I definitely hear what you're saying. I haven't experienced that. I pray to God I don't experience that. Being taken advantage of. And like I said, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. I'm still practicing. I'm still trying to perfect my craft.
Mm.
And I'm also a Virgo, so as Virgos, Beyonce, Michael Jackson, we perfectionists. You know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna post our content if it's not how we like it. If it's
Mm.
not like perfected, if it's some trash, I'm not gonna post it.
That's
I'm gonna
deep.
make sure it's because I want to make sure I'm giving it my all. If I'm not giving it my all, I don't need saying why am I why am I putting it out there
Mm.
because kind of what we were talking about earlier. I have a little sister who's 17, a little sister named Maya, and I have a little cousin named Brio that's 9. They look up to me. Even my younger little cousins, both girls and boys look up to me, and so I just want to provide a good example. That's the best
I'm
way I can
telling
say
you.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, any more questions?
No. Do you have any questions for me? Because that was a good question. Look, go ahead.
uh,
Lay it on me.
shoot, how serious are you gonna start taking the financial side of what you do now? Because that's something I I know I can be a really good asset in, but something I see like you really need to now. Like you have the potential to go far, but forget potential if your pockets hurt. And if you don't have the structure set up now, once those opportunities come, it's gonna be hard for you not to be set up to take full advantage of them.
Yeah.
So while you in that business class now, like really sit back and think like, okay, how can I set up to get paid on a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly basis for this stuff? If you step outside the house and it involves modeling, you need to be like, how can I turn this into something I can get paid for every month? How can I turn this into something I can get paid for every other week? Like a job. Like you really you want modeling to replace a job, right? A W
Yeah.
two. You need to be operating that. Forget opportunities, forget trying to help this person because y'all cool. Forget all of that, because at the end of the day, if you fall back in a position to where you homeless, it was only 5 people I heard you mention.
Well, okay.
Like,
So
but
my 5 friends plus 2 of the
I mean, but even then,
individuals
a
that
lot of the people that's in your face now saying they support, they this, and that. If when you fall on hard times, they're not going to be there, or they're not going to be able to.
yeah,
So
that's
you have to
true.
make sure you have your ducks in the line to where you don't even put them in a position to have to do that for you.
That's true.
You get
That's
what I'm
real.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, they pitching it as in, oh, this is a free event for you to explore or get some exposure. But you need to be like, even that, like, why would you do something for free? You feel me? That's how you need
Yeah.
to be coming to them. So yeah, and start thinking leverage. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
leverage, leverage, leverage. Out of anything, forget leverage. That's the only thing. Think is leverage. How can I use what I have now to leverage this opportunity to get maximum profit? I'm telling you. But I know that wasn't a question. That was more advice.
No,
But
no, I appreciate the advice though. I appreciate the advice. And to answer your question, I'm definitely going to research more about leverage. I'm going to research ways that I have a lot of homework to do. Okay, as far as I have a lot of things because my mind's already working. Like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna, So it's like if you've seen the movie Venom, it's like I have a Venom in me. Like, we are Venom. We're gonna do this. We're gonna. And so yeah, so I got some things in the works, and I will definitely be hitting you up for questions.
I'm here.
And definitely take advantage of what's the best way to say of not only the opportunity, but of the help I'm receiving. Not in a bad way, not taking advantage in a bad way, but like those who are willing to help me to ask for help. Because I used to be afraid of asking for help. So ask for help, yeah.
That was boom. You already dropping gems. Like, you
Yeah.
a veteran in this shit.
Yeah.
But already closing this out. Any upcoming events? We gonna have to get this candle tested in real quick.
Okay, so
I know you got some stuff coming up.
yeah, 2 artists. One of them's name is Nando STL. Shout out to Nando. And the Retro Champion. Shout out to you, Retro. Just released their new hit single, One Shot, that comes out later on today, January the 24th. And your girl is in there, so make sure you guys check that out, please, and thank you. I gotta be quiet. A lot of more is coming to the store. Just stay tuned, guys. Just stay tuned.
Where can I follow you? You got to put that call to action in there.
You guys can follow me on all social media platforms. On Instagram at prettygirl_dot_Dage, DAS. Facebook at Dage Harris, DAS space HARRIS. Snapchat at Dasmo22, DASMOGE22. I don't really know if I want to say TikTok because I deleted the app and I can't access TikTok anymore.
They won't let you download it back?
They won't let me download it back. It's not in the App Store. I was so mad because I really thought TikTok was gone.
Why would you?
Because I thought TikTok was gone, and I was okay with TikTok being gone. I was like, look, TikTok gone.
Everybody was saying don't delete
okay.
TikTok.
I was okay with it being gone, but you know what? With TikTok being gone, listen, that's a positive for me because it's like I found myself scrolling on TikTok all the time, but I'm actually more productive now, so I'm okay with TikTok being gone. But if you guys want to follow me on there, it's Dasmo22. I'm gonna try to work on getting back in there and post more on there. You guys can also follow me on YouTube at Dasmo22. You guys can follow me on Wattpad at Dasmo21. I think I changed my name back to Dasmo. So yeah, you guys can find me on all of those platforms.
Boom. I like that. And boom, you already know, bigflexoverdose.com. Amazing products on there. Not just the candles, but we do have some amazing shirts and hoodies, pants with affirmations and motivational sayings on those. We do still make the beanies. Let me stop tapping on the hat.
You guys got beanies?
Yes.
Gotta give me one.
I got some beanies on there. I put up there last year.
Okay.
Small business. I got making those for me. So, but candle testing. I really want to see your opinion on these.
Okay.
So this is the Big Flex Bliss right here.
Okay, Big Flex. Ooh, it's very colorful. I love the presentation.
Thank you.
I love the presentation. It's very And it's called B Flex Bliss.
Big Flex Bliss.
Big Flex Bliss.
Yeah.
Life's a wick, light it up. Ooh. That's not like, like when your clothes get done washing and it smells good. Like, I like that. Okay, I like that one. I do. It reminds me of like when it's laundry day. That's a good smell though. That's a good smell. Okay.
It's subtle. It's real subtle.
Yes, it is. It is.
It's the Big Flex Zen right there.
Okay,
that's
so
the one.
you got all the little goldies in.
Yes,
okay.
I love the gold flakes, and I put sage in there as well for the herbal effects. And sage is a good mosquito repellent.
Yes, it is. That's true.
So you can have these outside while you barbecuing and you chilling.
Okay, you said what was this one called again?
Big Flex Zen.
Big Flex Zen. Ooh, I like it. Sounds it does. Ooh. Okay, when I smell this and I light it up, I think of like when I am basically, what is the word I'm looking for? No, when I'm doing yoga. Or this is in my head. I don't want to do the action and people be like, basically like when I'm saying crisscross applesauce and meditating. That's the word. Meditating. Because I was gonna say, but I didn't want to wait being like, okay, what she talking about? Meditating is the word I'm looking for. Like when I'm meditating, and I love both of these. I really like that. I just love it. I think, oh my gosh,
everybody like that one the most. I think I choose to like this one because everybody like that one, but I really fuck with that one. I ain't gonna lie.
I like both of them. I'm not gonna say which one I like over the other because I actually like both of them. This is more of when I smell this, it's more of a calming, refreshing, in tune.
There we go.
And this one is more like, let me show you real quick. This one is more so like when I take a smell, it's like ooh, like like the ooh.
Like a cologne type of.
No, not even like a cologne type, but like even thank you.
I get what you're saying.
But like even like when you clean your house and you just have that fresh scent, and it's that feel good scent. That's what that reminds me of.
I mean, like doing the dishes.
Yeah, not really. Like just like cleaning your whole house, like deep cleaning. Like you ain't ever deep cleaned.
Oh, I get it, like a new car smell, but like a new house smell.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's like one of those on me, on me.
Yeah,
that's how I'm gonna market it. On me, that's how I'm gonna market it.
Yes, see,
on me, that's
because it is
like when you do apartment viewing.
Yep.
On me.
See, I told you.
On me.
I told you. See, because it's like when I smelled it, I'm like, that's what it. And I'm very honest when I smell things. So I just want you to keep it real. I'm very honest.
I definitely walked into an apartment and smelled it.
Yeah, so it's like that new scent, and it's very homey and roomy.
Oh yeah, that's how.
So this is the relaxing one. Like if you're meditating and you just need to smell that scent so you can get in tune when you're meditating. This what that reminds me of.
Hell yeah, go check them out. Let me know what y'all think about them. You just gave me a whole bunch of ideas. BigFlexOverdose.com. We are in there. That's a wrap. That's a cut. Peace.
Pretty good day.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I think that was like an hour 20.
Oh, 222. Look at that. Look at that. 222. Oh my God.
Hour 15.
Yes. That was awesome.